Hey everybody, what's up y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Tammy Talks here. Let's talk Married at First Sight season 15, episode 9. Are you trying to gaslight me? Yes. The answer is yes. The answer is yes. If you're brand new to my channel, I do breakdowns on various TV shows, both scripted and reality, interjecting my own thoughts, opinions, and theories into each and every recap. So if you enjoy that type of content, please consider subscribing to the channel, thumbsing up the video, hopping in the comment section, you know, all that typical stuff. Y'all know the routine by now. Alright, so I do want to start off by doing I should have did all this before I got on camera. Sorry, y'all. I want to start off by doing some shout outs and thank yous to some people that left super chats last week. Very, very, very much appreciated. So a thank you to Eileen Brazow, Greg Rorabow, Lady B 1028, Kwana Aisha, and then Eileen again. So a super big thank you to each and every one of you for the super thanks. Greatly appreciated. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, for anybody else that's watching, stop typing in Tammy Talks every week and then just hit the subscribe button. All right. So let's go ahead and get started with this mess of an episode. What a doozy. What a doozy for some of these couples. All right. So we're going to start with Kristen and Mitch for obvious reasons. I want to get Filth Man out the way. All right. So the episode starts off with Mitch cooking dinner. And they're talking about like life goals, not necessarily in their careers, but like just what are some of your life goals? What do you want to achieve in life? So Kristen says she wants to focus on them, you know, obviously as a couple, as husband and wife, and then she wants to add some babies into the mix, right? She wants to eventually stop working, like a typical 9-to-5, and she wants to become an entrepreneur. So she wants to start flipping houses after they have some kids and she's more settled. That's what she wants to do. Now, while she's talking about this, because he asked her, what is your life goal? What do you want to get in, what do you want to accomplish in life? What do you want to do in life? So she's telling him, she's answering, he's like, not paying attention. He's playing around while cooking. He's just like not engaged whatsoever. So she even asked him, are you listening? He said, yes, sorry, I just give a little pizzazz when I'm cooking. I'm listening. And I said, oh, he's not listening because he doesn't care. So Mitch says that he feels that being an environmentalist is also tied in with social justice. And in his mind, he feels like we're in an era right now where I think we're trending towards a recession, if we're not there already, where only the rich are able to afford houses at this point. The housing market is not the greatest right now. So he feels like there's such a disconnect, and he's not exactly enthused about the fact that his wife wants to go out and buy up properties from people that probably could, you know, afford them with time to turn around, remodel them, put more money into them, and then sell them for a greater profit for herself. So he said he just wants to process it a little. Kristen is just marking another tally on there's something about herself, something she's passionate about, something that she wants to do that Mitch does not. And when you have that type of constant push and pull with somebody, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Mitch doesn't like her. He already don't like her physically. So it's almost like now the more she talks, he don't like her personality either. So they get this basket from the experts, and it's kind of to get them to talk about love and being in love and like the concept of love. So Mitch said he has loved people, has loved women before, but he has not been in love, not in his adult life. Kristen said she falls in love easily, Abby. And she said that, but a lot of her relationships had ended very catastrophically. I said, what a word. That's how you know it was some bull. Catastrophically? Mitch said that happened to his parents. He watched it happen when his parents got divorced. So because of that, he never really quite thought about marriage, right? So Kristen asked him that now, after being married for, the past, I think they've been married, 25 days at this point, if he thinks that a life married is better than a life single. He said, yeah, he agrees. He said he does want to be married and he wants to have this great family life because it's something that he did not experience and he didn't have growing up. And he does think that they can make it. I said, no, you don't, Mitch, because you don't like her. And you know you don't like her. And you're just saying this to get along. You're just doing this you're playing along to get along, basically. So Kristen wants to live a life that she has worked for. You know what I mean? She doesn't want to work hard, have all this money, and not buy and do the things that she wants to do with it because she feels that it's going to go against something that is part of his core values or just like his opinion on things. Mitch said he does not want to live a life of luxury, basically, if others can't. Now, here's where I think the experts went wrong. Mitch is a very, very passionate environmentalist, right? Now, I don't know if Mitch really got down to the root of it, okay? And told the experts that he wants a minimalist woman. He doesn't want a woman that wants designer or any of this other stuff. So I don't know if that's something that Mitch just thought that the experts would assume and put two and two together, or if they just completely heard him say that and went against it. But here's my thing. I feel like Mitch wants Kristen to change so much of herself. Like, you're the environmentalist. You want to do this. You want to save the world. You want to wash the baby ducks with Dawn. You want to go clean up the beach. You want to use or you don't want to use single-use plastics and all this other type of stuff. And that's fine if you feel like you are doing your part in the world. But you also can't come in and expect this woman to completely change her life when you're not making any concessions at all either. And that's what's going to keep them from actually working, aside from the fact that he's filthy. Aside from the fact that he's filthy, it's really going to come down to that. Mitch is not being compromising whatsoever, right? So they go to the karaoke bar. Kristen loves karaoke. She said that's her shit, okay? So Mitch gets there. They're having a really good time. Mitch apparently likes to freestyle in his spare time. He was on beat, kinda, but it didn't sound terrible. She told him, "Wow, you're fun," and I cackled. I don't want anybody to be surprised that I'm fun. I think I'm a fun person, right? I think I could be wrong. Ask my friends, but I think I can be a fun person. I don't ever want to be hanging out with somebody and they're like, "Wow, you're fun," and they say it in a way that is like, who'd have thunk it? That doesn't feel great. I'm sure that didn't sound great. So she wants to talk about what they talked about the other night with the flipping houses. He tells her that her wanting to flip houses triggers him because it prices out families that might want to buy a house. He feels it's predatory. He said it's not illegal, but it's definitely like teetering on immoral. And I said, oh shit, this conversation is not going to go well at all. Not going to go well at all. So she wants him to respect her dreams and her passions the way that she respects his dreams and the things that he is passionate about. He tells her that this is just how he feels about it. He does not, it's certain things that she says sometimes that, he didn't really rock with it. So she tells him, so she tries to talk to him about it. And she's like, look, I understand that, life isn't fair. And it did sound like she was being kind of condescending and she was trying to placate the situation. Mitch tells her, you ain't got to comfort me, okay? And I said, ooh, this is not going the greatest. This conversation is not going to go the way that either one of them thinks it should or wants it to, right? So she tells him that I'm not comforting you at all. That's not what I want to do. But she tells him, um, that it's unfair for him to tell her that she's not being an ally and all this other type of stuff. He said that everything that what she's saying in this instance feels inauthentic. And why did he say that? So she then goes on and said, well, I don't think it's fair for you to call me inauthentic. He said that he never told her she was. And she was like, he said, I didn't say that you were. I said that this particular statement, this sentiment is inauthentic. And she looked at him and said, are you gaslighting me? And I said, girl, what you think? Of course he's gaslighting you. Of course he's gaslighting you. Because Mitch does not like that you want to flip houses. And instead of him being an adult and using his big boy voice, he wants to make you feel as if you're the one that's going crazy. Mitch, you did tell her she was inauthentic. You definitely judged her. You basically said what she's doing, what she wants to do is predatory, low-key illegal, and immoral. Those are 3 words that you used. 3 words that you used, Mitch. So it's not like she just pulled these words out her ass. It's 3 words that you used. So he kept saying, well, I mean, that's just how I feel about things, and I'm allowed to feel about things the way I want to feel about things. Well, if she wants to feel like you filthy, then she should be able to feel like you're filthy. If she wants to feel like you're crazy for making her go buy 25 fucking metal ramekins when y'all could have got some little Dixie cups for some Jello shots, then she should be able to tell you you're crazy. If she wants to tell you that, you know, the sandals, the beauty supply sandals that you're wearing are childish as fuck with no arch support, then that's just how she feels about it. Mitch is so condescending. Kristen, divorce him. You are never going to be happy. You two are too fundamentally different. You are. You're too fundamentally different from one another for this to ever work. One of you is always going to have to compromise and lose yourself in a relationship for this to ever work. You're never going to be happy because you're always going to want to yield and bend to keep him happy because you want to be married that damn bad. There's a reason why Mitch is 42, has never been in love, and is single. So then, Kristen is giving Mitch a shirt, you know, as kind of a gift. Because they're going to go meet up with the other couples. He don't want to wear the damn shirt. So she's looking like, why? He said because it's not the type of shirt that he would ever wear. I said, oh. As if you dress any better with your hemp shirts and them twig thong sandals that you're wearing. So she takes him into the bathroom and it's like, it's a joke. All the women, all the wives, we all got our husbands all the same shirt. It's just a joke. You're going to be the only one without one. So then we hear him getting a little snippy and he's like, it's not a shirt that bitch will wear. It has buttons. You mad about them 2 little funky ass buttons? Your house is filthy and you're worried about the shirt that you have on? So when they get to the group situation with all the other couples, we see that Mitch has agreed to wear the shirt, but he comes in with a little knapsack because he's not going to keep the shirt on. So Morgan is like, how do you have a different shirt? Why do you have a different shirt? So once all the guys get there, Mitch immediately changes the shirt. And Mitch was like, well, you know, I just kind of feel when you buy someone something that's physical, like you put that onto them. You put that responsibility of what they're wearing onto them. He was like, and it's materialistic to buy people things they don't want. Kristen said, cut the bull. I think it's weird that you don't want to wear a shirt that your wife wore. She said the real issue is I had to force you to wear the shirt. I had to tell you what was going on, ruin the surprise, because otherwise you wouldn't want to wear the shirt. This was the trade-off. And everybody else is looking like, okay, because you could have just put it on. So then Mitch is in his confessional and said it's triggering because he was forced to do things. I don't care. I don't care. That is the dumbest shit I have ever heard. That is the dumbest thing I have ever heard. But then he says it's not a big deal. If it's not a big deal, why you didn't put the shirt on? So then you go put on this black Henley and you... I can't. I cannot. So one of the guest experts comes out, and she's a sex therapist, relationship therapist, yada, yada, yada. So she's kind of going around the group and she's reading everybody. Well, letting everybody read each other, basically. So Kristen said that she's astonished by their relationship so far and the whole entire issue with the shirt. Mitch said that he does not want other people deciding what he wears or what he owns. He said he's a minimalist, so he doesn't want people to put that on him. But see, Mitch, I believe was it the after show or was it during the episode where Kristen said that you went out and got a damn armoire or some big piece of furniture off the street and you decided to bring that home. So how did you feel about deciding to what she was going to have in her house? You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like some of the stuff that Mitch says is very hypocritical and contradictory. Just say you don't want to do what she's asking you to do because you don't like the way your wife looks. So that's why you don't want to do anything with her. That's why you're not being as accommodating or as compromising as you should. So then he says, well, I have baggage and I'm fully aware of it. It's not cute. It's not cute. It's not attractive. It's not funny. Like, no one's laughing with you. Everybody there is looking at you like you are a fucking creep. Like you're a weirdo. Because you caused this big situation over just wearing a blue and white striped shirt. You're acting like it was a Hawaiian shirt with like baby turtles caught in like a 6-pack cooler, the little plastic shit. It wasn't that big of a deal. It wasn't. And I'm sorry. I don't care. I'm sorry. I don't care what y'all say. Him saying that triggered him because he had to do things he didn't want to as a kid is the stupidest shit ever. Because everybody is told what to wear as a child by their parents. Everyone. I remember going back to school shopping when you're in like 3rd grade and my mom being like, okay, so we're going to get these pants and this shirt and these shoes. Sure, you have some type of like opinion. I can pick which pair of shoes I might want, but ultimately your parents are telling you what to wear. Your parents are buying that for you. It was a funky ass probably shirt from like H&M. It wasn't a big deal. So then the therapist asked Mitch, was it about compromise? What is the issue with the shirt? So Mitch says that if you compromise too much, then you're a pushover and you're not being yourself. I said, ain't that something? Ain't that something? But you want Kristen to compromise and do all this or make all these concessions for you. Right? It's okay if someone else does the compromising for you. That's not a big deal. Who cares if poor Kristen loses herself? It's all about what Mitch wants. It's all about Mitch's level of comfortability. So then Kristen feels that she's losing herself trying to please him. And Mitch just kind of looks just... because he has nothing to say because he knows what she's saying is true. So the expert then asks, what type of balance needs to take place? That's what they need to think about and work on. Kristen, leave. There's no balance that can take place between the two of you because Mitch has not made any concessions or any compromises for you thus far. I mean, girl, you already had to bribe him with some coochie coupons just so you can get a little massage in the bed. Ridiculous, y'all. Let me know what you guys thought about Kristen and Mitch from tonight's episode. Disclaimer, I respond to comments in the comment section. So if you do not want me to respond to your comment, then I suggest you don't write anything. But I'm tired of going back and forth with people because they'll leave a comment, I'll say something back, and it's the end of the world. I respond to comments, all right? Just a disclaimer. Catch you guys in the next one.